Hello.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. We've got a glorious day here at Messina Hoff, and we've got some wonderful news to share with you.
And welcome to the Culinary View here in the Vineyard District, right at Messina Hoff, Bryan. We love each month when we can share with you the ingredient that we're harvesting and the recipes from the Vintage House restaurant that are featured for that, and also our wine and food pairings. And as Paul said, we've got a really special wine to share today.
And follow us on our link that we'll have with the video.
Yes, and our website is Merbon. It's www.merbon, mer-bon.com. And you can find all of our recipes there and the articles from our master gardener, Michael Vadreen, who talks about the ingredient that we're harvesting and how to grow it. And then also you'll find the recipes and links to our videos there. So we hope you'll join us and follow us on our journey of garden to table.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the fabulous cuisine we're going to be talking about today?
Today, I'm really excited because we're talking about artichokes. And artichokes actually are from the Mediterranean area, and many people actually give recognition to Sicily as being the home of the artichoke. And I can say from personal experience, as we travel through Sicily, there are artichokes everywhere.
Absolutely, and they grow well here, but they don't like wet feet.
Yes.
So you've got to plant them elevated, keeping the moisture away from their roots because the roots rot easily. They grow really nicely in things like rock and in soils that are really thick soils, not usually in totally sand, but they don't like their feet wet. They're kind of like a rosemary bush. They grow beautifully unless you get them all wet, and then they pass out.
The interesting thing about it is, or I think the beautiful thing about it, is that it's actually a flower bud. And once it goes to bloom, if you don't pick it, it goes to bloom, it's a thistle. So it's of the thistle family. And the bud itself comes in many different varieties. You can get very small ones, you can get the large ones. Most of the ones that we are accustomed to here in America are the globe artichokes, which are the larger round ones.
And those are the ones we grow.
And most of the ones in the United States come from California. They really developed a passion and an expertise in growing them.
And they're expensive. That's the reason why if you can grow them yourself, you can really enjoy some great artichokes.
The ones we had in Sicily were actually the smaller ones. And there, they harvest them when they are tender, young and tender, and they leave the stem. They have
Show the stem.
The globe. So this
There
is the
it
stem.
is.
This
There's
is one
the
of the
stem.
larger globe ones that we have here. And you can see I've already peeled away some of the tougher outside leaves. The artichoke, it has very small amount that's actually edible because the outer leaves are very tough and fibrous.
Unless you pick it early.
Unless you pick
Because
it
then
early,
those leaves are a
they're
lot more tender.
But you still have to peel some of them. It's like an armor almost. And then you have to get rid of the choke on the inside of the artichoke.
So why don't you show the inside?
So this one I've already peeled away. It's a piece that I had saved. We had some for lunch today, so I saved this piece. And you can see that I've peeled away all of the leathery leaves, and I've left the more tender ones here. And then I have taken all the fuzz or the choke outside of the center off of the heart of the artichoke. And so it's ready to eat. And in Sicily, they would actually take this when it was whole and peeled down to this level. They would put it in batter and fry it or grill it.
Yes, big difference. We tend to steam it,
Yes.
and they fry it, and they grill it.
Yes. And so both of them are delicious, and we're going to talk about both styles as we talk about the wines today. But I think one of the most interesting things and most important things is that even if you are going to grill or fry, I would still steam them a little bit just because it makes it easier to get the choke out of the center, because you do have to remove the choke. It's not edible.
So talk about the dish.
Okay, so today we're featuring actually a really exciting dish from the Vintage House restaurant. You know, the Vintage House has gone to a Sicilian-inspired menu, And so many of the dishes there you will see are authentic and from Sicily. And one of the appetizers that we offer are the fried artichoke leaves. And these are the very tender leaves that are left after the peeling. They're pulled apart, fried, and then we have the garlic. It's sort of a garlic ranch dip that you dip it into and you eat it. And it's delicious. It's a great appetizer. It's light. And I have to say, artichokes are very healthy. They have lots of minerals. They have vitamins to them that we don't normally think of. I think people are sort of off-put by artichokes because they're more challenging and take more time to prepare. And there's not a lot of food there once you get to it. But they really are good for you, and they are delicious.
This is much better than like a potato chip dip.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really very flavorful.
It's very flavorful.
And it's so tender.
And
it's delicious.
Wine and food pairing with artichoke varies. And so you'll see we have 3 different selections here that we're going to be talking about. But the artichoke, as it is, if it's steamed, it tends to have more of the raw artichoke flavor and character to it, which makes it more challenging for wine pairing. And we will serve something like the off-dry Riesling or something a little lighter, even the sparkling wine with that. But once you start frying and grilling, it adds flavor weight. And then you can start introducing some of your red wines with the artichoke, and they pair well.
Absolutely. So, we're going to talk about a brand new release. This is the first I have ever seen in the world. This is a Sagrantino Rosé sparkling wine. My son Paul is so creative. He has taken Sagrantino to a new level. The Sagrantino is such a flavorful wine, and when you pick it a little bit early, you get that nice, crisp flavor that goes into this gorgeous color, rosé, and then you sparkle it, and this is world class, and it's unique. So I would recommend that as soon as you can get it in your marketplace or buy it online, get it. And I mean, this is so good. We have tasted this, and it's lovely. It's a lovely rosé, and it's made with my favorite grape in the world, Sagrantino.
And in a style, I think, that is very compatible with most palates. Plus, it's exclusive. You can't see it. You don't see it everywhere. So it's a fun thing to serve, to talk about. It gives you a conversation piece and to give as gifts.
And then, as Meryl mentioned before, the off-dry Riesling goes great with this artichoke because it has a hint of sweetness, and the hint of sweetness goes beautifully with the fried artichoke.
Or
it's
the raw.
Beautiful.
Well, it works with anything, but the off-dry Riesling is a great food pairing wine. And it just works with everything.
And if you're a red wine lover, the emblaze is lovely because first you can take the label and you can take a picture of it with your camera, and then it will come to life on your screen because it is it's
an AI label.
Absolutely, that's exactly.
It tells a story. Not only does it tell a story, but it also takes you to a link with recipes that go with that wine.
And how to food and wine pair it. It's exciting. And we partnered with a beautiful marketing and label company, and they did an outstanding job on these labels that just come alive as soon as you take a photo of it.
And you talk about a conversation piece. It is so much fun to show people when you're serving this wine to actually talk about the wine.
So there.
And Blaze is actually a little bit of a sweet red. So it's got some sweetness to it, which balances with the acidity that's in an artichoke. But once you fry it or really grill it, when you have some smoky character in the artichoke, you could even go to a drier red like a GSM.
Absolutely.
And I think the other thing that I wanted to share with you about the artichoke is that you see it so much in decor and architecture. It's a beautiful component, and it means hope and prosperity. That's what the artichoke symbolizes, which I think is so appropriate for all of us, and especially in today's world.
So you need to come to the Vintage House, taste this incredible dish, and enjoy these incredible wines and we look forward to your next visit to Messina Hof. So on behalf of Merrill and I and all the great folks at Messina Hof, God bless you all and enjoy your food and wine.
God bless.